KOFE 1240, your home for Lumberjack sports. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors and hope that you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now, without further delay, we're going to take you to the field where Tim Parrish is going to bring you the pregame show and the play-by-play. Enjoy the game and go Lumberjack! And welcome, Lumberjack fans. Tim Parrish here at St. Maries City Park Field as we get ready for some Lumberjack basketball 2A Central Idaho League action. Early season Central Idaho League matchup between the Lumberjacks and the Kellogg Wildcats. This game was originally scheduled to be played in the Silver Valley, so this game is actually a home game for the Wildcats. They will be the home team here today in St. Maries. As once again, this game was supposed to be played up in Kellogg, but I'm guessing that their fields are unplayable due to the weather that they had out there. So they opted to play here in St. Maries. And as a follow-up to that, the game on Saturday, we're supposed to have a doubleheader against the Kellogg Wildcats here in St. Maries. Those games will be St. Maries home games against the Wildcats. So that is how that schedule has been fixed up. We'll hope that the weather cooperates and we can get those games in, as the weather this week is looking kind of unfavorable, but today was supposed to be kind of snowy and nasty too, but it has not actually been that way, so that is good. But anyways, it is a 2A Central Idaho League matchup. The Lumberjacks and the Wildcats getting ready to take the field. The softball teams are playing down below as well against the Wildcats. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with what we have of a pregame for today's baseball matchup.
T1FCU's Ascend Checking is a simple free checking account that gives you the flexibility to earn dividends. Plus, get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and no minimum balance requirements. So level up your finances with an Ascend Checking account. Learn more at t1fcu.org/ascend. T1FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stopped in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Maries.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? You need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
With stage 1 and 2 of the sports complex nearly complete, the Lumberjack Booster Club thanks Archie's IGA, Shift and Grind, and the St. Maries community for their fundraising efforts and continued support in making this sports complex come to life. The next stage will be the sprinkler system. The Booster Club is looking for new members. If you have kids in high school or soon entering high school, now is the time to get involved with the Booster Club. For more information on how you can help with the sports complex or questions about becoming a member, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-582-1802 or by email at golumberjacks@gmail.com. And as always, go Lumberjack! Now we are back. Tim Parrish here at St. Maries City Park Fields. The coaches, Coach Wicks and the head coach for, I don't have his name, just a second. I think it's on my Max Preps information. No, it actually says not available, so I'm not sure who the coach is for the Wildcats. But they're at home plate meeting with the umpires. One of those umpires is Clark Grogan, and the other umpire I don't recognize, so I didn't get their names beforehand. The Wildcats come into today's record with a 2-2 record. They have wins over Prairie, and that's 10-6 and 10-6 in a doubleheader against Prairie. And then they lost to Asotin, which is a Washington school, 10-3, and they lost to Northwest Christian School, which is 13-0, which I believe is an Idaho private school. So that is the Wildcats record. Lumberjacks come into today's record with a 1-2 record. They have one win over Clearwater Valley, 6-5. Then they lost the second game to Clearwater Valley, 16-6. And then they lost here at home against Timberlake, 10-0. And that is it for the Lumberjacks games. Both teams about even as far as how many games have been played. So neither team has played a ton of live action so far this year. St. Maries with 3 games, the Wildcats with 4 under their belts. Pitching for the Wildcats, it'll be Travis Eichsenberger. He'll be on the mound to get things started with. For the Wildcats, he has a 4.38 earned run average, 1 win and 1 loss on the season for him. He has pitched only 8 innings, 9 hits, 9 runs, 5 earned runs, 7 walks, 7 strikeouts. He has faced 42 batters in his early part of this season. Batting for the Lumberjacks leading off will be Trace Wicks. On deck will be Brock Anderson. In the hole will be Landon Holmes. And we'll give you those numbers as for their stats early in the season, stats as the game progresses and they come up to bat. We're going to take another quick break as the Lumberjacks take their warm-up pitches and we get ready to go. It said that Trace Wicks was going to be on the mound, but that's right. The Kellogg Wildcats are out on defense first. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the first. I may not have time for that. Let's go ahead and give you the outfield look of the Wildcats. On the pitching mound is Travis Eichsenberger. We've got Austin Clapper at home plate. I don't have numbers for these guys, it doesn't look like. Ripley Luna at first base. Talon Clark sits at second base. Logan Smith at third. Reed Watcott shortstop. Colby Luna in left field. Ramsey Rainio in center. And Gage Nosworthy in right. Now we'll take a quick break. Then we'll come back with the first pitch.
Attention high school sports fans. Are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Idaho needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Maries community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
And we are back, ready for the first pitch here. I'm trying to get the numbers written down or put in there for the Wildcats. I did not have their numbers when I downloaded their roster from Max Preps, but we'll get those lined up as we go. Leading off for the Lumberjacks is Trace Wicks. He is a senior, batting 111 on the early part of the season. Swings at the first pitch. It's a high foul ball that's going to just drop into foul territory for strike number 1. Wicks has 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 RBI, 9 at bats. On deck will be Brock Anderson. Waiting for the next pitch from Eichsenberger. He looks in, gets his signals from Clapper behind home plate. The pitch on the way. Low and inside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Wicks. According to stats, the teams look like they're probably fairly evenly matched. Should be a pretty good league matchup here today. Eichsenberger gets his signals from Clapper, looks in, sets up on the mound. Delivery on the way. That one paints the inside corner of the plate for strike 2. As Wicks watches that one sail by, I thought it was maybe he thought it was going to be a little bit further in than it was. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Trace Wicks. Eichsenberger sets up. The pitch on the way. Swing and a foul ball as that one gets over the backstop. Beautiful view here in St. Maries City Park, looking out towards the snow-covered mountains here of North Idaho. Some people say it's kind of hard to believe the snow that we've still got, but it is North Idaho weather, of course. Got all the fresh snow up in the trees, some clouds out there. Wick steps out of the box for a minute as the pitcher, Eisenberger, steps off. Now they step back in, ready to go. Eisenberger sets up, stretch, and the pitch. Outside, ball 2, as that one missed low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Wicks. See here in one of the breaks if I can get a message down to somebody down at the softball games and see if I can get some updates from those, or from that game. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball out into the gap just past the shortstop. That was Reed Watcott that made the diving attempt, but it's going to get just past his glove on the ground and out into play. Not really a hard hit grounder, kind of a medium hit ball. I said just into the gap. That'll bring up Brock Anderson for the Lumberjacks. He is a junior, batting 143 on the season. Lumberjacks, the team, 260 is the batting average. First pitch, that ball looked like it was going to be inside maybe for a ball, and he took a big swing at it, made contact, fouled it down the third base line, out of play for strike number 1. On deck for the Lumberjacks, Landon Holmes. He is a sophomore. Eisenberger looks in, checks over to first base now as Wicks takes the lead. Speaking of Wicks, Craig Wicks, the coach, out here all day trying to get the field ready. That's going to be a line drive hit out into center field, and it's going to get Wicks safe to third. On the throw, Anderson will get over to second base, so it's a single line drive that got hit right back at the pitcher, Eisenberger. He tried to snag it, couldn't quite get a hold of it, and it's going to get just past second base. And it'll advance runners, or keep runners, put runners into scoring position for the Lumberjacks. Anderson sits at second, Wick sets at third. Brings up Landon Holmes, the sophomore for the Lumberjacks. No outs. He's batting 143 on the season. On deck will be his brother, the junior, Wyatt Holmes. Eisenberger checks the bags. Runners at second and third. Looks in, gets the signals from Clapper. The pitch on the way. And that is hit out into right field. Luna can't get to it. And it's going to be a big hit, at least a double. It's going to bring in 2 possible runs if he can beat the throw, and he's going to slide in to beat the throw, and it's a 2-run, 2 RBI double by Landon Holmes. So the Lumberjacks getting things going early here in the inning. Two runs across for the Lumberjacks with no outs. Clapper and coach for Wildcats in the infield now coming in, having a quick meeting at the mound as Wyatt Holmes steps to the plate for the Lumberjacks. He's batting .556 on the season. 10 appearances at the plate, 9 at bats, 3 runs, 5 hits, 4 RBIs. And it says 2 home runs. Those must have been early in the year. Obviously, probably against that, in that Clearwater Valley game. Once again, listening to Lumberjack Baseball here on 1240 KOFE St. Maries. We also have our feed on our YouTube stream. We've saved that or shared that link to our Facebook page, so you can find it there. Share it with your friends and family. 1, 2, 3 places with you. Let's go. Get done with the talk with Eisenberger. Holmes steps into the box. Clapper ready behind home plate. Grogan says, let's play some ball. 2 runs across for the Lumberjacks, no outs, top of the first inning. Eisenberger looking. Still looking into the catcher. Now the pitch on the way. That one's right down the middle. Strike 1 as Holmes swings right over the top of it. I don't think it was quite a fastball. I think it was something that was a little bit off speed. Got Wyatt swinging out in front of it. 0-1 count to Holmes. Eisenberger looks in, gets a signal, delivers the pitch. That one's a nice looking pitch. Looked like a little bit of maybe a curveball and a strike on the outside edge of the plate. That one looked like it started to break out, then cut back over. 0-2 count to Holmes. Eichenberger gets his signals from Clapper, sets up. Still looking, little slow delivery, pitch on the way, a swing and a foul ball. As that one bounces off the pole here in front of me, straight back on that foul ball. Didn't duck quite as bad as I do on some of them, but I still shifted my head over a little bit. Still 0-2 count to Holmes. He's got a battle to stay alive here in the batter's box. Eichenberger looks in, the pitch on the way. A little bit high, a little bit outside maybe. Ball one. That one was a close one for Holmes to just look at on that one, but I think it was high. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Holmes. His brother Landon sitting at second base after the double that drove in 2 runs. 1-2 pitch on the way. That one was a kind of a low pitch. Holmes gets a piece of it, sends it into deep right field, and that's going to bring in maybe another run, and Holmes will be safe at second on the RBI double. So the Lumberjacks have got things rolling here early in the game. 3 runs put across so far for St. Mary's, 4 batters, 4 hits. Holmes has given his protection, I guess you could say, his elbow protection over to Teft at first base. Brings up the, let's see here, that is Riley Abel, old 8-ball batting now. Batting .500 on the season. He has 1 run on 4 hits, 2 RBI. Looking to add an RBI to that count here. See if he can bring Holmes in. That pitch low and outside, ball 1. Good job by Austin Clapper to knock that ball down and stop it from getting past him. Eichenberger checks with the bags now. At second base with the runner. Pitch on the way, right down the middle. Nice looking pitch. Fastball fouled down the right field line. Got that sun beating down my phone on the table. I'm going to put that down in the shade. I've had my phone overheat before and shut down on me. We don't need that. 1 ball, 1 strike to Abel. No outs. Runner at second base for the Lumberjacks. 3 runs across. Top of the first. Next pitch. Low and outside. Maybe just low. Ball 2 to Abel. 2 balls and a strike. On deck for St. Mary's is the senior Dylan Holder. In the hole, Cody Teft, freshman. Eichenberger checks over to second base now, steps off. Got second base and shortstop making moves back there. That ball is down low. 3 balls and a strike now to Abel. He's in full charge of the count at the moment. Wait for that perfect pitch if he has to. 3-1 count. Eichenberger looks in, gets the signals from Clapper. Takes a while. He's taking a little while to get his delivery. Now the pitch on the way. That's going to be a little line drive just over the head of the shortstop. And that is going to put runners at the corners for the Lumberjacks. Just a little blooper just over the top of the shortstop. Couldn't quite get to it. Soft line drive. And that'll put runners at the corners with no outs. Brings up the senior Dylan Holder. Holder batting .200 on the season. 10 at bats, no runs, but he does have 2 hits and 2 RBIs. On deck for St. Mary's, the number 3 of Cody Teft. Waiting for the first pitch now to Holder. Eichenberger checks the bags. Runners at the corners. Still no outs for the Lumberjacks. First pitch high. Ball 1 to Holder. Holder checks down to Coach Wicks now back into the box. Eisenberger looks over to first. Abel has a lead, takes the pickoff attempt down to first base, not in time. Holder back into the box, ready to go. Next pitch on the way, high and inside. 2 balls, no strikes to Holder. Eisenberger gets his signals from Clapper. Now steps off, chases the runners back. Well, there's only one runner with a lead off. Your third base guy, he takes a little bit of a lead, does Wyatt Holmes. Pitch on the way. It's a high fly ball. It could be trouble. It's going to drop just over the top of the shortstop. Everybody's going to be safe. The base hit and a run scores for the Lumberjacks. Just a soft, high hit fly ball. Just got out into play. And brings in a run for Lumberjacks. We'll get a courtesy runner over to first base, Damian Vanderoff. He'll run for the catcher. That's Holder. Cody Teff to the plate for the Lumberjacks. He's a sophomore, not a freshman. My apologies there. Batted .300 on the season. First pitch to Teft. He's going to take a big swing at that one. Over the top, strike 1. Wildcats looking for their first out of the inning. Lumberjacks with 4 runs across on 6 hits. Everybody takes their leads. Pitch on the way. That's a strike 2. Strike 2 called. That one right down the middle of the plate. 0-2 count to Teft. On deck for the Lumberjacks, Milo Marsh. Marsh's first action of the season. 0-2 count. Pitch on the way. Just outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Teft. 1-2 pitch on the way. Down the middle. Popped up on the infield. And it's going to get foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one ends up hitting the bleachers over here. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cody Teff. No outs, runners at first and second for the Lumberjacks. Top of the first inning, St. Mary's with 4 runs across on 6 hits. Eisenberger looks in, gets his signal, says yes to Clapper. Sets up the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and the Wildcats get their first out of the inning. That'll bring up Milo Marsh with Jackson Mantell on deck, then back to the top of the order for the Lumberjacks. Once again, the Wildcats are the home team here. This game originally scheduled to be played in the Silver Valley. First pitch to Marsh. Kind of a low pitch, swung on, grounded off, foul down the third baseline. Strike 1. Getting everybody back in position, getting that ball over to the on-deck batter. Eisenberger checks the bag, looks in, gets his signals. The pitch on the way. A little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike to Marsh. Eisenberger, delivery on the way. That one, a little bit of a high pitch. Swings at that one, gets a piece of it, fouls it backwards. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Marsh. Eisenberger looking, gets the signals from Clapper, says no to the first signal, yes to the second one. Now readies himself. Runners take their leads. Next pitch inside. Milo had to do a little little dancing there in the box to get that one from hitting him. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Marsh. Eisenberger looks in. Pitch on the way. Little chopping ground ball to the third baseman. He's going to try for the double. He's going to step on the bag. He gets the out on the fielder's choice at third. So it'll be 2 outs for the Wildcats, or Lumberjacks with 2 outs. So runners still at first and second for St. Mary's. You've got Vanderrob at second, Milo at first. Brings up the number 9 batter for the Lumberjacks, Jackson Nantel, a junior. 167 is his average on the season. 1 run, 1 hit for him. Waiting for the first pitch from Eisenberger. That's a strike on the outside corner. Two outs now for the Lumberjacks. Eisenberger looks in, gets the signal, the pitch on the way. That one's a little bit down low. 2 balls, no strikes to Nantel. On deck, it's the top of the order, and it'll be Trace Wicks if Nantel gets on base. Eisenberger gets his signal. Pitch on the way. That one's outside. That's a ball. Wild pitch will advance the runners. The runners at second and third. Actually, weather feels pretty nice without the breeze. If the breeze would not pick up every so often, it would be pretty comfortable out. But that cloud cover comes over, the breeze picks up, and it kind of feels a little colder. Outside, ball. He did have 1 strike in there somewhere. So it's 3 balls and a strike. Forgot to give you guys temperature. 37 degrees, feels like 34 degrees. So the 3-1 count. Pitch on the way. That one's going to be swung on and fouled back. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nantel can make his way onto first base at least. It'll be a bases loaded situation for Wicks if he steps up. Eisenberger, the pitch on the way, 3-2 count, swing and a miss, and he'll retire the Lumberjacks. And St. Mary's does come up with 4 runs on 6 hits. There was no errors, 2 left on base for St. Mary's. Going into the bottom of the first inning, St. Mary's leads it 4-0, and it'll be Ripley Luna, Austin Clapper, and Ramsey Rainio, the 1-2-3 batters for the Wildcats when we come back. Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life. Plus, they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
Tax time is here again. I know, it's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Any adventure, any task, any time, there's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Maries on Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Maries on Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com. Now we are back. Pitching for the Lumberjacks will be Trace Wicks. And I'll give you the outfield for the Lumberjacks here in just a moment, as I took that break a little bit too long. But Trace Wicks has an ERA of 8.75. Leading off for the Wildcats, it is Ripley Luna. He has a batting average of 750 on the season. He is a senior. Outfield for the Lumberjacks, got Dylan Holder behind home plate. First pitch is going to be a called strike. First base is Wyatt Holmes. Second base, Landon Holmes. Over third base is Riley Abel. Shortstop is Brock Anderson. Left field, Cody Teft. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to be up high. 1 ball, 1 strike to Luna. Milo Marsh in center field. Over and right is Jackson Nantel. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. A little bit of an outside pitch there. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Luna. I believe the Ripley and Colby are playing baseball and doing track as well in the spring sports season. That was a line drive foul ball down the right field or left field line. They are going to be going to University of Miami. I believe what I've seen is our preferred walk-ons to that school. So both of them going to go play ball. I'm not sure what sport it was. I think it might be football, but I'm not sure 100%. Very good athletes, though. Both football players, basketball players. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to be outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ripley Luna. On deck for the Wildcats, Austin Clapper, the catcher. 2-2 pitch. 2-2 count. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Wicks will strike out Ripley Luna. That'll bring up the number 9 of Austin Clapper, the catcher. Clapper batting 143 on the season. 5 runs, 1 hit, 1 RBI. Again, St. Maries and Kellogg have both played about the same amount of games. 3 for St. Maries, 4 for Kellogg. That one's going to be a strike on the outside corner. So both teams have seen about the same amount of live pitching and everything, so they're fairly equal as far as how much playing time they've had. And according to the stats, they're fairly equal that way, too. That pitch going to be left outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Clapper. Nobody on and 1 out for the Wildcats. On deck is Ramsey Rainio. Ramsey, a junior, batting .417 on the season. That pitch a little bit too far inside, maybe a little bit low. 2 balls and a strike now to Clapper. Next pitch on the way. That one comes across low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Three balls, 1 strike. The count to Clapper. Wicks looks in, gets his signals from Holder, sets up the stretch, the pitch on the way. Outside, maybe a little high, ball 4. So he strikes out the first batter, walks the second one. 1 out, runner on first for the Wildcats. Brings up Ramsey Rainio for the Wildcats. Like I said, a junior, batting .417 on the season. 7 runs on 5 hits. No RBIs, though. Has a double on the season. On deck will be Logan Smith. First pitch to Rainio is an inside ball 1. 1-0 count to Rainio. That ball is going to be fouled down the first baseline. 1 ball, 1 strike. That pitch is going to be in the dirt. Wild pitch, ball 2 to Rainio, and gets Clapper over to second base. Update from the softball game, it's 3-0. I'm not sure who is leading, though. Waiting to see who the team that's ahead is. 2 balls, 1 strike to Rainio. Runner on second base for the Wildcats. Swing and a miss. Next pitch, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch. That's going to be up high. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count to Rainio. On deck is Logan Smith. In the hole is Travis Eichenberger. That pitch was inside and low, ball 4. So strikes out the first batter, has walked the next 2. Wildcats have a little something going for them. 1 out, runners on first and second. Brings up Logan Smith. Logan Smith is, let's see here on my stats, I've got a sophomore batting .500 on the season. 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and a double for him. Holder goes out, talks to Wicks for a minute. 2 seniors on the, Wicks, the senior on the mound. Holder, the senior behind home plate. Clark Grogan, the senior umpire. Wicks takes a look to second. Pitch on the way, called strike 1. I think that was kind of an intentional take by Smith as well. Wicks has been throwing a few early balls, so and they're going to throw that, try the pickoff attempt out to second base. Does not get there in time. Ball almost gets away from St. Mary's. Almost a oops there, as they could have allowed that run to advance over to third base if they had let that get too far out of reach. Next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2 to Smith. 0-2 count to Smith. 1 out, runners at second and first for the Wildcats. No runs across for them. They trail 4-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Wicks next pitch. Gonna ring that one up on a called third strike, and that was kind of a late coming. I thought it was going to be a ball. I thought it looked like it was inside and low. But Grogan calls it strike 3 and retires the batter. 2 outs for the Wildcats. Brings up Travis Eichenberger, the pitcher. Batting .300 on the season. 3 runs, 3 hits, 4 RBIs. First pitch is ball 1. Once again, runners at first and second for the Wildcats. 2A Central Idaho League matchup. Swing and miss, strike 2, or strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck for the Wildcats is Reed Watcott. Next pitch is a ball. Two balls, 1 strike now to Eichenberger. Next pitch outside, ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss at the next one. Strike 2 evens the count, or runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. The Watcott on deck. Colby Luna in the hole for the Wildcats. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Full count pitch on the way. I think it was a foul tip caught, actually, as it got just a little bit of a piece of it. And that will retire the side. So Wildcats come up with no runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left on base. The score into the top of the second inning, it is St. Maries 4, the Wildcats 0. And the top of the order for St. Maries, Trace Wicks, Brock Anderson, Landon Holmes, the first 3 batters. That will be stepping to the plate here in the top of the second. We'll be back.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night, or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet, to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware is a place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chip, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in the responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
Yeah, we are back. Trace Wicks steps to the plate, his second at-bat of the game. St. Mary's leads 4-0 over the Wildcats here in St. Mary's. Once again, the Wildcats are the home team. This game originally supposed to be played in Kellogg. First pitch, line drive, and it's going to be caught. Nice play by Colby Luna coming over in left field to make the sliding catch on his knees and just barely got that ball off the top of the grass. Line drive looked like it was going to be trouble. Not for the athletic Colby Luna out there in right field. Brings up Brock Anderson, takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Got a single in his first at-bat. Next pitch on the way, swing and a miss on almost the same looking pitch. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Anderson. On deck is Landon Holmes. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Oh, that's going to hit. That's going to hit Anderson. Got him up in the helmet. Couldn't quite get out of the way, but got him almost right in the ear hole, it looked like. So a runner on first with 1 out brings up Landon Holmes. Hit that single out into left field in his first at bat. No, it was a double into left field. First pitch to Holmes, swing, a ground ball. Will it get into the gap? No, the shortstop able to scoop it up. Gets the throw over to first or to second in time. So 2 down with a runner at first for the Lumberjacks. Brings up Wyatt Holmes. He had a double out into right field in his first at bat. First pitch, swing, ground ball. Going to be under the third baseman's glove. Gets past the shortstop as well, as he was there for backup. And everybody will be safe on the ground ball single. That was just an unfortunate hop that ball took and fooled the third baseman. Logan Smith just went right under his glove. Reed Watcott tried to come over from behind to back it up, and the ball again, little magic trick on him as well, as it bounced and went under his glove. First pitch to Riley Abel, fouled back, strike one. That one came off the mask of the catcher Clapper, giving him a moment to gather his thoughts for a moment. Looks to be okay. He takes his position back behind home plate. Grogan comes over, pats him on the back, makes sure he's okay, and we're ready to get things going or continue on here. Top of the second inning, St. Mary's with 2 outs. Runner on first and second. Riley Abel had a single his first at bat. That one is hard hit into center field, but it's probably going to be a no. It's going to drop for a base hit, and they're going to hold everybody up. So bases are loaded. Nice hit just into center field. Kind of a little bit of a line drive, fly ball jobber there that loads the bases. So the Lumberjacks with 2 outs. Dylan Holder, he hit a single out over the top of the shortstop in his first at bat. Bases are loaded. St. Mary's primed here for a couple of runs to come in, but they do have 2 outs. First pitch going to be fouled. Got just a piece of it. Strike one to Holder. That ball probably would have been a ball one if he would have let it go, but that one tailed off right at the end, it looked like. Kind of looked like it was going to be a fastball, and it dropped at the end. 0-1 count to Holder. That pitch looked like a breaking ball or a curve ball that went out on him. 0-2 count to Holder. Oh, 2 count to Holder. Bases loaded. Next pitch. Left a little bit low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Been some good pitching from both. Well, from Eisenberger. Some of those have been really tough to call. Next pitch. A little bit low again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Holder battling with Eisenberger. Holder steps back to the plate, ready to go. Eisenberger looks in. Bases loaded. 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball fair down the third base line. That's going to bring in at least 1 run. 2 runs are going to come across, and it's going to be a 2-run RBI. And on the throw in, it's going to get past the third baseman, and the other 2 runners will advance. So 2 runs come across for the Lumberjacks. And we get a courtesy runner for Holder. Once again, it's Damian Vanderrob. So Lumberjacks with 2 outs get 2 runs across here in the top of the second inning, extending their lead 6-0 over the Wildcats. Cody Teft to the plate. He struck out swinging his first at bat, and he's going to foul that one back. Strike 1 for Cody Teft. Cody steps back in. Everybody ready to go. Runners at second and third. Pitch on the way. That pitch right down the middle. And that one is fouled backwards as well for strike 2. That ball ends up in the basketball courts, tennis courts. 0-2 count to Teft. He steps back in, ready to go. 2 big swings resulted in 2 foul balls. 0-2 count. Pitch on the way. That's going to be down low, kind of wide. I'm going to call it a pass ball, actually. It'll bring in Riley Abel. Because it was a little bit low, but the catcher didn't get in front of it. So runners advance. 1 across home plate. Vanderrob over to third base. 2 outs. 3 runs across here in the top of the second. Teft with 1 ball, 2 strikes. That pitch swung on, and that one is going to be hit foul territory, and it's going to be caught by the number 8 of Logan Smith for the final out. Let's see here. Where is the pop-up fly? There it is. So that'll be 3 outs. St. Mary's does come up with 3 runs, 3 hits. There was no errors, 1 left on base for St. Mary's. Going into the bottom of the second inning, St. Mary's leads 7-0 over the visiting Wildcats. We'll be back.
Do you need help finding that perfect gift? Looking for that personalized touch? Come to Jack's Pharmacy in St. Mary's and let us fill your balloons. Not only does Jack's carry all of your gift and party supplies, but we're here to serve you with all your personal care items. Come in and let our personal care experts help you find just what you need from our wide selection. If we don't have it, we can get it. Plan your party at Jack's Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
And we are back. Had to cut that break a little bit short because the next commercial was a long one. So we've got to the bottom of the second inning. St. Mary's leads the Wildcats 7-0 in league action. Leading off for the Wildcats will be the shortstop, Reed Watcott. On deck will be Colby Luna. Reed Watcott batting .364 on the season. He is a junior. 2 runs on 4 hits, 4 RBIs. In the hole will be Luna. Wait, I don't have his number. I'll wait till he steps out here to warm up on deck. Pitching for the Lumberjacks is Trace Wicks. Can't quite look at his stats right now. First pitch, ball 1 to Watcott. Next pitch going to be a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Watcott. Getting into the bottom portion of the lineup. That ball down low. 2 balls and a strike to Reed Watcott. Next pitch, they're going to say catches the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Watcott. Next pitch, swing and a line drive. It's going to get into the gap to center field for a base hit for the Wildcats as they get their leadoff man on. A little bit of a medium line drive up the middle. Brings up Colby Luna with on-deck Gage Nosworthy. Colby Luna, let's see here. He is a senior. Has had 5 plate appearances, 4 at-bats, but he has no runs, no hits, no errors. Or no runs, no hits, no RBIs. That first pitch is down low for ball 1. So he has a 0 batting average for Colby Luna. On deck is Nosworthy, in the hole Talon Clark. Bottom 3 of the order for the Wildcats. Wicks steps off the bag, chases Watcott back over to first. Gonna square up to bunt that time, and it's gonna be fouled back, strike 1. Couldn't believe, or you wouldn't even imagine, that this field had probably about a half an inch of snow on it yesterday morning. They ate a little bit more than that. Craig Wicks able to get the field working on it all day today, getting it dried up, and I think they worked on it yesterday afternoon as well. Next pitch, a swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Luna. Unfortunate placement, I guess. It might not be unfortunate. The players might actually like it. Got these 1 or 2 big trees here in the city park that put a perfect shadow over the infield. That pitch is going to be a called strike 3. Going to catch Colby Luna looking. That's 2 out or 1 out for the Wildcats. It'll bring up Gage Nosworthy. He is a freshman, batting .222 on the season. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 RBI. On deck is Talon Clark. It looks like he's number 17. First pitch, ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, or no strikes. There, that was that sun hiding behind the clouds again. Next pitch, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nosworthy. 1 out, runner on first. Reed Watcott got the first hit of the game for the Wildcats in his leadoff appearance here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Wicks fakes the throw over to first base, chases Watcott back to the bag, and they all reset. Both teams sporting pinstripe uniforms. That pitch, swing and miss, strike 2. The only difference is the Wildcats have pinstripe pants as well. St. Mary's is just the pinstripe jerseys. Green numerals outlined by gold with their names on the back as well in green, outlined by gold. Last several years, that pitch is going to be down low, ball 2, and it's going to be a wild pitch. It's going to advance the runner to second base. So the last several years, 3 or 4 years, maybe 5 years even, Coach Taft had found a place that had fairly inexpensive, good-looking baseball jerseys. And I guess what they basically do is the kids just purchase new jerseys every year, and they get to keep them. They get to put their names on them, so it's pretty cool. With baseball, you only need 1 jersey. You don't need home and away. Next pitch, swing and miss, strike 3. So it's not like basketball or football, stuff like that, where you have to have 2 jerseys and all of that. And those jerseys can be pretty expensive, especially for football. So these kids that have been playing since freshmen, or of course, a lot of them have been playing since freshmen, they have a jersey from every year of their high school career for baseball, which is pretty cool. Outside, ball 1 to Talon Clark. He is the number 9 batter. Talon Clark, a sophomore. 10 plate appearances, 8 at bats, no runs, no hits, no RBIs. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Clark with 2 outs. Runner on second for the Wildcats. St. Mary's leads 7-0 here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Clark. Wicks looks in, gets the signal, checks second base. The pitch on the way. Going to leave that one up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Clark. I think Wicks was just wanting to, I don't think he meant to leave that high up, but still. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second for the Wildcats. Pitch on the way. Swing and miss. Drop third strike. Throw is in time. And that will retire the sides. The Wildcats come up with one no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. The score 7-0 in favor of the Lumberjacks. And it looks like, let's see here. Trace Wicks has thrown 45 pitches so far. Exenberger has thrown 55. And it'll be the top of the order for the Wildcats. Or no, it'll be the bottom 2 of the order for St. Mary's. Milo Marsh, Jackson Nantel, then back to the top when we return.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly.
Time out! What is going on? This has to stop.
Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Idaho.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back. Milo Marsh leading off for St. Mary's. He was out on a fielder, or no, he reached base on a fielder's choice in his first at bat. Then it'll be Jackson Nantel on deck for the Lumberjacks. St. Mary's leads 7-0. Eisenberger, I believe, still pitching for the Wildcats. No, we do have a change in pitcher. I'll get that figured out. It's a ground ball so we do have a change in pitcher. Talon Clark is pitching. He was the second baseman. And I believe Eisenberger went over to second base. So that's going to be an in play. Call it a single. Hard hit grounder. Talon tries to pick off down to first base. Does not get it there in time. So Eisenberger pitches 2 innings, gives up 7 runs. Next pitch is a strike. I think it's the first pitch to Nantel. 0-1 count. Coach Taft down there at first base, giving him some pointers. Next pitch on the way. That's a line drive hit out into right field. And it'll be a base hit for Nantel. Nice, hard hit single. I'll put runners at first and second with no outs for St. Mary's. Brings up Trace Wicks for the Lumberjacks. He's got a single and a line drive out. 1 for 2 in his at-bats or plate appearances. Talon Clark looks in, gets his signals. Checks second base as Marsh takes his lead. Both runners with their leads, and they're going to try to throw. They are going to get him picked off at second base. Milo is out. With the throw from the pitcher to second base. The second baseman. So 1 down now for St. Mary's as Marsh gets caught out off the bag. Next pitch is a high fly ball. It's going to be in foul territory, but it's going to be caught by Ripley Luna for the second out. So 2 down now for the Lumberjacks. Brings up Brock Anderson. Brock 1 for 1, a single and a hit by pitch. Runner on first for St. Mary's. Pitch on the way. He smoked that one foul, but he got a piece of that, pulled it right foul down the right field line or left field line. Strike 1 to Brock Anderson. If he straightened that thing out, that was going to be probably all the way to the fence down the right field or left field line. Next pitch on the way. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Austin Clapper, a nice job getting out there to knock that ball down and keep it in front of him. 1 ball, 1 strike to Anderson. 2 outs. Runner at first. Next pitch. That is straightened out down. No, it gets just foul. That was just like that first one he fouled off, but that thing just drifted foul and landed about 3 feet out of play. Count remains, or is now 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Anderson. Everybody returns, gets set for the next pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first for the Lumberjacks. Clark looks in, gets a signal from Clapper. Checks over to first base. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that will retire the sides. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base for St. Mary's. It's the first inning. St. Mary's hasn't come up with a run. St. Mary's leads at 7-0 going into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Top of the order for the Wildcats. It'll be Ripley Luna leading off, Austin Clapper and Ramsey Rainio in the hole when we return.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture at St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and Lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benoit, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
And we are back. Trace Wicks on the mound still. He has thrown a total of 45 pitches. Trying to see the easiest way to find his pitching stats. Oh, there it is right there. 6 strikeouts Wicks has thrown today. First pitch to Luna is a high fly ball. It's going to be hit out into right field. Is Nantel going to play it correctly? No, he's going to drop it. It's going to be an error on our right fielder, and that'll put Luna to second base. The leadoff is on. High fly ball. First error of the game for either team. That pitch is down low. Wild pitch gets Luna into scoring position. Or passed ball. I'm not sure which way to call that one. Anyways, puts Ripley Luna over to second or to third base. He's in scoring position. St. Mary's leads 7-0, but the Wildcats have a little something going here with no outs. Nobody except for one runner on. Austin Clapper, 1 ball, no strikes. Walked in his first at bat. A little high on that pitch. 2 balls, no strikes to Clapper. Two-0 pitch on the way. Down in the dirt again. 3 balls, no strikes now to Clapper. On deck for the Wildcats, the 7 of Rainio. Next pitch from Wicks on the way. Outside, ball 4. So runners at the corners for the Wildcats with no outs. Brings up Ramsey Rainio. He walked his first at bat. On deck is Logan Smith. In the hole is Eisenberger. Holder comes out from behind home plate, gives the signals to defense for the runners at the corners. First pitch is out into center field. Dropping back on it is Milo Marsh. He's going to catch it for the out, and Ripley will tag up and come in. Kind of like a sacrifice fly. Let's call it a sacrifice fly. So, one run across for the Wildcats. One out. Pitch is up high. Logan Smith takes first pitch, high, ball one. Smith struck out looking his first at bat. Clapper over at first base for the Wildcats. Next pitch on the way, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Smith. 1 out. Go, Logan. 1-1 pitch. Wow, that one just misses. Looked like it was over the plate, but maybe a little bit high. 2 balls and a strike now to Smith. Next pitch, swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Logan Smith. On deck for the Wildcats, the 13 of Eisenberger. In the hole is the number 3, Reed Watcott. That one misses outside. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 3 strikes. Wicks takes a look over to first base. Looks into Holder. Now sets back up. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that will retire Smith back to the dugout. 2 down for the Wildcats. 1 run across. It'll bring up Eisenberger. He was out on a caught foul tip in his first at bat. And a runner on first for the Wildcats, Austin Clapper. 1 run across here in the bottom of the 3rd. Ripley Luna got on base on an error. Got all the way over to second base on that error, in fact. Because that thing was hit so high, far up, that he was able to make it over to first and halfway to second before the error occurred. First pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Eisenberger. Wicks looks in, the pitch on the way, a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wicks is definitely not the, he's not definitely, I'm going to say that, but he's not the top pitcher on the team, but that pitch is going to be hit up high, foul ball, strike 2. But he's been pretty effective here so far in this contest. He's got 60 total pitches, 32 strikes, 28 balls thrown. So he's been pretty effective in his pitching. That pitch is going to be in the dirt. I'm going to call that a wild pitch there on that one. Gets the runner over to second base. Sometimes don't know whether or not to call those a wild pitch or a passed ball. I mean, it hit off the home plate, pops up right into the catcher. I don't know. I call it a wild pitch because it didn't get over the plate. Next pitch, swung on, fouled off. That one gets out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Eisenberger. 2 outs with a runner on second base for the Wildcats. On deck is Reed Watcott for the Wildcats. If Eisenberger can get on base, the Wildcats have 2 outs. Once again, in the bottom of the 3rd inning, 2A Central Idaho League baseball matchup here today. Again, the Wildcats are the home team. They're supposed to be playing this game over in the Silver Valley, but the field's up there not playable. They want to get games in, so they opted to play St. Maries here. High outside, ball 3, full count. And then the Lumberjacks and Wildcats are scheduled to square off again on Saturday here in St. Maries. Those games will be a home game for the Lumberjacks. Full count to Eisenberger. Next pitch is going to be left up high, and Holder Wicks lets him off the hook and walks him over to second base, or over to first base. Wicks has about 3 or 4 walks in the contest, about 7 or 8 strikeouts. Take away those walks, though. Want to get rid of them. They'll bring up Reed Watcott with 2 outs, runners at first and second for the Wildcats. Watcott hit a single into center field in his first at bat, a ground or a line drive, I think it was, if I remember right, just past the pitcher, right past the second baseman. Wildcats trying to put together a 2-out rally here. First pitch, high and inside, ball 1 to Watcott. Next pitch is ball 2. Ixenberger has a courtesy runner. Looks like it is number 15. I'm not sure who number 15 is, so I'm going to leave it where it is because he's one of the guys off the roster like a backup, basically. Holder goes out, talks to Wicks real quick. 2 balls, no strikes to Watcott. 2 outs, runners at first and second as we reset the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1 run across for Kellogg. Wicks sets up after Holder comes out and talks to him. The pitch on the way. High and outside on that one. 3 balls, no strikes. So Reed Watcott has Wicks right where he wants him. 3-0. And that one is ball 4. Loads the bases and brings Colby Luna to the plate for the Wildcats. Colby struck out looking his first at bat. Then have Coach Teff come out and talk to Wicks, bring in the infield. I'll see if he's going to make a change here. Not sure if they're going to do that yet, but we'll see. You're listening to the home of Lumberjack Sports, 1240 KOFE, St. Mary's. So Wicks currently with 35 balls thrown, 33 strikes, 68 total pitches. Got 7 strikeouts, 5 walks. So it's not been a bad day for him. Just the walk is the only negative number right now in his stat line, as there's 5 of those. So a quick talk from Coach Teft. Bases loaded. Colby Luna to the plate. We know he's a heck of an athlete, but he is lower down in the batting order for the Wildcats. Struck out looking his first at bat. So, of course, Wicks wants that same result here. First pitch to Luna. Hangs that one up high, ball 1. Have kind of that 3rd inning slump on the mound is Wicks. Next pitch on the way. That one catches the inside corner. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Luna. Wildcats have a chance here. 1 big hit brings in a couple runs. Next pitch on the way. That one, and there's that hit. Let's see if Nantel can make the play on this one to get the out. No, he misplays where that ball is at. 2 runs come across. 3rd run coming around. And another. He never touched the ball, so I don't think I can call it an error. But that ball, Nantel lost it in the sun because that ball landed about 15 feet to the left of him and behind him. So I don't think I can call it an error. I'm going to call it a double. And brings in 3 runs.
Let's go, Gage.
Just like that, the Wildcats have cut that lead 7-4. Brings up Gage Nosworthy for the Wildcats. Struck out swinging his first at bat. Next pitch on the way, or first pitch on the way, high and outside, ball 1. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss on that one. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nosworthy. So Nantel having a tough day out there in right field. A couple of balls hit out there. That one, like I said, I don't think I can call it an error because he didn't touch it. Just lost it in the sun. Next pitch. Strike on the outside corner called. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Nosworthy. On deck, Talon Clark. 1-2 pitch on the way. That one misses outside. Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that will retire the side. The Wildcats, though, come up on with 4 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left on base. The score 7-4 in favor of St. Mary's going into the top of the 4th. We'll be back.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With 6 professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Maries Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Maries is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Maries, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjack.
Now we are back, and I did call Coach Teppever real quick. I want a clarification. Just like I said, he said, by definition, no, that is not an error, as the fielder did not touch the ball. He said, if you're a coach, if you're somebody like that, you're like, you kind of say that's an error, but never touched the ball, never put a glove on it. So it counts in my scorebook as a double for Luna and 3 runs driven in. So the score now 7-4 into the top of the 4th inning. St. Mary's has a 3-run lead, and it is Landon Holmes who has a double and reached on a fielder's choice in his first 2 at bats. First pitch is down low for ball number 1. Talon Clark continues on the mound for the Wildcats. That one's down low. Ball 2. I think that one was in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 count. Pitch on the way. That one is going to be a line drive right to the shortstop. And the throw to first in time for the ground out. St. Mary's put up 7 runs in the first 2 innings. They had no runs in the third. Sounds like the softball game is already finished down below. It sounds like the Lumberjack girls come away with the Central Idaho League win in today's matchup. We do plan on carrying the girls' games on Saturday. Wyatt Holmes to the plate for the Lumberjacks. He has a single and a double in his first 2 at-bats. Takes that first pitch down low, ball 1. So Wyatt Holmes. 1 out. On deck for St. Mary's, Riley Abel. In the hole, Dylan Holder. That one down low as well. 2 balls, no strikes to Wyatt Holmes. Holmes normally the starting pitcher, but I heard that he might be dealing with a little arm issue. That pitch, a ground ball again, though, right to the shortstop. A nice scoop by Watcott. Can he make the throw in time? He does. For out number 2. Just kind of a little love tap on that ball as it just kind of made its way out there. And Reed Watcott with 2 pretty good plays. That one was a pretty tough one. I mean, we have seen a couple of other ones that just got under the gloves of guys out there. So 2 outs, nobody on for the Lumberjacks. Riley Abel has 2 singles in his first 2 at-bats. He'll step up, see if he can get on base for St. Mary's, as the Wildcats cut the lead to just 3 runs. Wildcats trying to make the comeback. First pitch on the way, outside, ball 1. Dylan Holder on deck for St. Mary's. Next pitch on the way, swing, and it's a ground ball. That one again, the shortstop Watcott able to get the scoop, but the throw a little bit short. And it was a tough play from Watcott as he had to go run towards third base and try to throw it back across his body. I'm going to give the base hit on the ground ball to Abel, as I believe that is the right call on that one. It was just a really hard throw for Watcott as he, like I said, had to go towards third base. Then when he was able to scoop that ball up, and then he had to try to spin and throw it to first, just couldn't quite get enough oomph on it. They'll bring up Dylan Holder with 1 out, or 2 outs. That pitch is inside, and it's going to be a passed ball. It's going to get off the glove of Clapper, and it'll advance Abel into scoring position to second base. One ball, no strikes to Holder. Clark looks to second. Now the pitch. Going to put that one down in the dirt. Wild pitch puts Abel over to third base. So fast ball and a wild pitch has advanced Abel all the way over to third. Now we just need a base hit by Holder to put him into play, or to put him across home plate. Or another wild pitch could even bring him home. 2 balls, no strikes to Holder. Clark looks in, gets the pitch on the way. Up high, ball 3. On deck is Cody Teft for St. Mary's. .30 pitch on the way. Ball 4 inside, I guess. That looked like it was a good level, possibly. Maybe it was a little bit low. But it was called ball 4. Puts runners at the corners for St. Mary's. Courtesy runner, Damian Vanderrock for Holder. Gives the catcher time to get his gear on just in case they get the third out here. Well, we have, looks like, I thought it was, well, that's interesting. I don't know if I was right or wrong on that. I thought we had a pitching change. And maybe we did, but Eichenberger's back on the mound. I guess that's possible. Maybe there wasn't a pitching change. I thought, I could have swore we had number 17 in that last inning pitching. That first pitch is fouled off by Teft. Strike 1. I'm pretty certain that Talon Clark was pitching earlier. That is a base hit, and it's a diving attempt by Colby Luna. Oh, he is safe, I believe. Ooh, they're going to call him out. I don't know. That, I think the run counts. In play. Big hit that just got, Luna tried to make the diving catch. We get the run. And they're going to call, they called Vanderrob out, but I don't think they got the tag on. It was a force out, I believe. At third, not a, it was a tag out. Had to tag him, not a force. And St. Mary's not going to get the call, but they're going to get him tagged out at third base. So I believe one run does come across for St. Mary's, and it's going to be 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. Bottom of the 4th inning, St. Mary's leads 8-4. We'll be back.
We are Dairy West. That means we are milk people, family people, animal people, people people. We are environment-loving people, giving back people. job creating people, and glass all the way full people. As your local dairy producers, we are more than farmers. We are Dairy West.
Nice weather is coming, and maybe the winter was hard on your deck or your dock. 10th Street Lumber is your decking headquarters for all of your decking needs. From Trex decking to wood decking and beyond, 10th Street Lumber in St. Mary's can have your deck or dock looking brand new. Stop by today and see Pat or one of his hardworking employees to see what they have. 10th Street Lumber wishes the Lumberjacks the best of luck.
Now we are back, and maybe later on I'll ask Clark Grogan on that call, because I don't think they ever put a tag on him. Vanderrob dived for the third base, and I could have swore he got there, and it wasn't a force out. So we'll see. First pitch to Talon Clark, ball one. St. Mary's does get one run across. Bottom of the lineup for the Wildcats. Going into the top of the order, actually. And that, I think, is a ball as well. 2 balls, no strikes to Clark. We've got 78 total pitches for Wicks, or not Clark. That is, oh yeah, 2 Clark. Next pitch on the way. Outside. Ball 3 from Wicks. 3 balls, no strikes. First, next pitch from Wicks. That's an inside corner. Strike 1, 3 balls and a strike now to Talon Clark. On deck is Ripley Luna, the top of the lineup. Next pitch on the way. A little chopping ground ball. The third baseman is going to get the scoop. That's Anderson to throw to first in time. That was a hard one to play as well. That one was just kind of hopping and slowly getting its way out to the shortstop. Anderson, though, able to scoop it up and get the throw to Holmes, Wyatt Holmes at first in time. For out number 1. Brings the top of the order, Ripley Luna. Strikeout swing. It says an error. St. Mary's only has 1 error, though. I thought that was Colby Luna that had that reach on an error in his first at bat, or in his last at bat. So I don't know why that shows an error for Ripley, because St. Mary's only has 1 error. First pitch is low. One ball, no strike to Luna. On deck is Clapper. That one's going to be kind of a wild pitch. Gets beyond Holder. Nobody on, so no hurt. Nothing hurt there, but 2 balls, no strikes to Luna. .20 pitch on the way. Outside corner, strike 1. 2 balls and a strike now to Luna. Score once again 8-4 in favor of St. Mary's. Bottom of the 4th. Next pitch on the way. Outside. 3 balls and a strike. .31 count to Luna. Next pitch on the way. Ground ball. That one's going to hit the gap out to center field. Base hit for Ripley. Nice ground ball.
Nice job, Slick. Let's go, Austin.
1 out, runner at first for the Wildcats. Brings up Austin Clapper. He's 2 walks in his first 2 at bats. Wildcats getting their signals from their coach over at third base. Some cloud cover covering that sun up. First pitch called strike. Looks like he's using a wooden bat as well. Can't tell. Maybe it's just a design. No, it's a metal bat. Just the way the light was hitting it a minute ago, it made it look like he was using a wood bat. Austin Clapper batting. 2 walks for him. That pitch is hit out into, that's going to stay fair. That is definitely a fair ball. But it's all it is a single. That was a hard hit, high single. Runners at first and second with one out for the Wildcats. Brings up Ramsey Rainio. A walk and a sacrifice fly for him. No, that was Ripley that had that. Never mind. He did reach on that error earlier. That was the fly ball that Nantel dropped. The other one with Colby Luna was not counted as an error. Never mind. Now I got myself straightened back out. So it's a walk and a sac fly for Rainio. One out. Runners at first and second. On deck for the Wildcats, Logan Smith. 88 pitches for Wicks. Strike one on the outside corner. Oh, 1 count to Rainio. That's going to be a ground ball. Landon is going to throw it over to second on a fielder's choice. They get the out at second. Didn't have time to try to get the double play. So runners at the corners with 2 outs now. Ripley Luna sits at third. Ramsey Rainio sits at first. Logan Smith batting. He's a strikeout looking, a strikeout swinging. On deck is Eisenberger for the Wildcats. That ball down in the dirt. And a run will come across on, I'm going to have to call it a wild pitch. Runner to second. So 1 run across for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 8-5. St. Mary's trail leads by 3 now. 1 ball, no strikes to Smith, the runner at second. Sun peeking back out over the top of the clouds. Next pitch, outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Smith. 92 pitches now for Wicks. I think the limit is 115. So if Wicks can get out of this inning, we might see a different pitcher in the 5th. Next pitch on the way. I think that's ball 3. That one hit Clark. A little timeout taken real quick. Undo. That's going to be a foul ball. They say he got a piece of it. So 2 balls and a strike to Smith. And maybe we're going to have a pitching change here. Maybe not. I'm not sure yet. Coach Wicks has gone out to the mound. Coach Teft has come over to Clark. And just a quick talk with Wicks, with Trace. Just taking advantage of the timeout there for a moment, getting everything settled, squared away. Ready to go once again, I think. Two balls, one strike to Smith as we reset here. 1 run across for the Wildcats. Bottom of the 4th inning, 8-5. St. Mary's leads. Wildcats have Ramsey Rainio at second. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 to Smith. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. St. Mary's has 13 hits on the game. You'd see that 13 hits to the Wildcats just 4. And you'd think St. Mary's would have a big, huge lead. Well, there was a big hit. It was 7-0 into the 3rd inning. The Wildcats plated 4 runs. That one's down low. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, that was just unfortunate, actually, that 3 runs that came across Not exactly an error, but kind of a mistake by the right fielder for St. Mary's in Jackson Antelli. Lost the ball in the sun, and it landed 15 to 20 feet to his left and behind him. That next pitch is just outside. Ball 4. Puts runners at first and second for the Wildcats with 2 outs. Brings up Eisenberger, who is out on a caught foul and walked. 0 for 1. On deck 3 of Watcott, the shortstop. Wicks, first pitch to Eisenberger, inside low, ball 1. Next pitch, I believe, was ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Eisenberger. 98 pitches now for Wicks. Arm's got to be getting tired. 3 balls, no strikes. Whatever, they might actually even have a pitching change if he walks him here, because I think they got to wait until the batter's at bat's finished. Wicks steps off the rubber. Runners first and second, 2 outs. Pitch on the way. Ball 4. Now we'll load the bases, and I think we're going to have a pitching change here. So we're going to step away for a break.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255. As winter drags on, you still need to stay warm and keep your animals fed. XXX Feeds in St. Mary's has all of those needs and more covered. You can stop by XXX Feeds and pick up wood pellets for your pellet stove and pet food for your indoor or outdoor critters. Also, as spring grows closer, that means 4-H season. If you have a 4-H member in your household that raises turkeys or chickens, talk to XXX Feeds about getting your 4-H project. XXX Feeds in St. Mary's.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Heidi Kruger, your St. Mary's Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Heidi Kruger is a proud sponsor of the Lumberjacks on KOFE. For all your investment needs, call 208-755-5294 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
And we are back. Brock Anderson comes in to pitch. Trace Wicks heads over to short. And let's see. Earned run average for Brock is 6.63. 1 win, no losses for him. 3 appearances. First pitch down low in the dirt. Ball 1 to Reed Watcott. Watcott a single and a walk for him. Not a bad outing for Wicks, except for the balls. He threw had a lot of walks. 2 low pitches in the dirt from Anderson. 2 balls, no strikes. Kind of put it in a tough position for him. as he comes in, bases loaded. And 2 outs. 2 balls, no strikes to Watcott. He's got to find that distance. Next pitch. Again, in the dirt. A wild pitch is going to bring a run across for the Wildcats. All the runners advance, so second and third. Runners second and third for the Wildcats. They cut the lead to 2. St. Mary's leads 8-6 over the Wildcats. Still 2 outs, 3 balls, no strikes to Watcott. Pitch from Anderson. Ball 4, low and outside. Bases loaded once again. Brings up Colby Luna. Had that unfortunate, or not unfortunate for him, but a double in his last at bat. Next pitch. That's going to be a called strike. Nice pitch from Anderson on that one. Wildcats have the go-ahead run waiting at first base. Next pitch on the way. Foul back. 0-2 count to Luna. Anderson, the pitch on the way. That one misses down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Luna. To 1-2 pitch. Drop to third. Base is loaded, so it's just strike 3. I'm going to call it strike 3 looking because base is loaded. There's no drop third strike, and that will retire signs. Wildcats, though, come up with 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 3 left on base. Into the top of the 5th inning, it's 8-6 in favor of the Lumberjacks. St. Mary's in the bottom of their order. It'll be Milo Marsh and Jackson Nantel, and then back to the top to Trace Wicks when we return. When your car's not running right, you want an honest mechanic that provides quality work at an affordable price. That can be tough, unless your dad owns a repair shop. But in St. Mary's, times have changed. You have Jim's Auto, and they treat every customer like family. Get everything from regular maintenance to major repairs done at Jim's Auto and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto doesn't just offer oil changes. They're a full-service shop. Jim's Auto can diagnose that check engine light, change your brakes, and fix your alignment. Ask about Jim's Auto's new Express Lane with same-day or next-day oil and tire services. And don't forget, Jim's Auto is an authorized Tire Pros dealer with nationwide warranty, service protection plan, and free roadside assistance. Jim's Auto and Tire Pros located at 69 Milwaukee Road, St. Mary's. We all remember Heidi's Sandwich Shop. Well, Heidi's is now Nellie's Kitchen. Nellie's Kitchen offers the same great menu, the same great service, and the same great food. Stop by Nellie's Kitchen today and try their new breakfast sandwich, the Nellie, or have a fan favorite, the Slumgolian. Nellie's Kitchen is open Tuesday to Friday, 7 to 11 a.m. for breakfast and 11 to 3 for lunch. Also open Saturday and Sunday with all-day breakfast. Eat in or call in your order at 208-245-2223. That's 208-245-2223. Nellie's Kitchen, located at the River City Mall in St. Mary's. Now we are back, and taking over pitching duties on the mound for the Wildcats is Logan Smith. And let's see here, where's his stats for pitching? He is a sophomore. This is 0 for an earned run average. He has 1 win, no losses. 3 innings pitched, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 11 batters faced. So not a lot of action for him, but enough. So we'll see what he's got. He'll be facing Milo Marsh for the Lumberjacks to start off with. St. Mary's holds on to a 2-run lead, 8-6 over the Wildcats. St. Mary's started off strong, but the Lumberjacks scored 1 run in the last 2 innings, while the Wildcats have played at 6. Smith looks into Clapper. Pitch on the way. Foul back, strike 1. Nice looking pitch. Had a little bit of heat on it, a little bit of movement. And pitching or coming in favor of Jackson Nantel, it'll be Damian Vanderob going to step up to bat. He's on deck. Low and outside on that next pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike to Marsh. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Nice pitch. Got it on the inside. He took a swing at it. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Marsh. Next pitch on the way. Ground ball out to the shortstop. The last several hits by St. Mary's have been to the shortstop, Watcott, and he's basically vacuumed everything up except for one and got the throw in time to first. Brings in Damian Vanderob for the Lumberjacks, senior. First plate appearance for him today. Only the second one of the season, it looks like, or games played. Actually, yeah, he's got no plate appearances, it shows, or no at-bat so far. The Wildcats trying to come back. That pitch outside corner, strike 1. Lumberjacks, like I said, went off to a 7-0 lead in the first couple of innings. It's been all Wildcats in the last 2, scoring 6 runs in the 3rd and 4th innings. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Nice looking pitch from Smith. 0-2 count to Vanderob. 1 out, nobody on. On deck, top of the order, it's Trace Wicks. St. Mary's would love to have a little bit of a rally of their own here to get back a little breathing room. That next pitch comes in a little low. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Vanderob. This game is now, how far are we into this? Usually a clock on, 1 hour and 43 minutes. 1-2 count. Down in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Vanderob being patient up there. 2-2 count now to Vanderob. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 5th inning. St. Mary's leads 8-6. 13 hits for St. Mary's, 4 hits for the Wildcats. Swing and a miss. Got him on that one. Strike 3, and that'll retire Vanderob. 2 outs, nobody on for the Lumberjacks. See if the top of the order can get things rolling for St. Mary's here in the 5th. Trace Wicks, a single, line drive out, and a fly out. Got to figure out a new batter or new pitcher. Outside low, ball 1 to Wicks. A 1-0 count. Next pitch on the way. That one might have been just low. Looked like it was over the plate. 2 balls, no strikes to Trace Wicks. On deck, Brock Anderson in the hole. It is Landon Holmes. Should be. It is. 2-0 pitch on the way. Fouled off down the first baseline for strike 1. Good pitch to take the swing at. Just needs to straighten that one out a little bit. 2 balls and a strike now to Trace Wicks. 2-1 pitch on the way. Outside, maybe a little high. 3 balls, 1 strike. 3-1 count. The pitch on the way. In the dirt, ball 4 sends Wicks down to first. 2 outs, Lumberjacks get a runner on. It'll bring up Brock Anderson. Anderson a single, a hit by pitch, and a strikeout swinging. First pitch down low. Wicks got a little bit too far off bag. He almost got caught out, almost left out to dry there, but the throw not quite in time down to first base. So 2 outs, runner on first for St. Mary's. Anderson, 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch on the way. Down low. 2 balls, no strikes now to Anderson. Smith checks over to first base. That's back up on the rubber. Pitch on the way. That was low. 3 balls, no strikes. They get the stolen base from Wicks out to second. That was a close call over there at second base. 3 balls, no strikes to Anderson. Runner at second for St. Mary's with 2 outs. Anderson looking to get on base here. Bring up Holmes if he does. That one is left up high. Ball 4. Brings in Landon Holmes. He had that double early on out into left field, but since then he has reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out. 1 for 3. Catcher goes out. Clapper goes out and talks to Smith. St. Mary's would love to get another run or 2 across, but they do have 2 outs. So see what Landon Holmes can do, being the sophomore. Smith checks the bags. Next first pitch, swing on. It's going to be a ground ball right to the third baseman, though. The throw is in time, and that will retire the side. So just a soft ground ball right to the third baseman. St. Mary's comes up with no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left on base into the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 8 runs for the Lumberjacks, 6 runs for the Wildcats, and it will be the bottom of the order for Kellogg, Gage Nosworthy, Talon Clark, then to the top of the order to Ripley Luna when we return.
T1FCU's Ascend Checking is a simple free checking account that gives you the flexibility to earn dividends. Plus, get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and no minimum balance requirements. So level up your finances with an Ascend checking account. Learn more at t1fcu.org/ascend. T1FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch. Breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
And we are back, and batting for Gage Nosworthy, the number 1 of Ethan Coberly. First pitch is ball 1. Next one is going to be a ground ball right to the first baseman. Wyatt Holmes picks it up, steps on the bag for the out. Ground out down to the first baseman. So 1 down brings up Talon Clark for the Wildcats. Drop third and a ground out for him. First pitch from Anderson, a swing and a miss, strike 1. St. Mary's nursing a 2-run lead. Vanderrob also has replaced Nantel out there in right field. 2 strikes, no balls to Clark. Next pitch on the way. fouled back. Count remains 0-2 to Talon Clark. On deck, top of the order, Ripley Luna. The pitch on the way. Ooh, gets him to swing on a one that was way inside. I don't know how he swung on that, but he did. Strike 3. Top of the order, Ripley Luna. 2 outs, nobody on. Ripley is 1 for 3. A strikeout swinging, an error, reached on an error, and a single. First pitch fouled off. Strike 1. Kind of golfing at that one a little bit. The pitch really dropped off at the end. 0-1 count to Luna. Next pitch on the way. A little high. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ripley. One pitch on the way. That one comes in low. 2 balls and a strike now to Ripley. Two outs, nobody on. St. Mary's in a pretty good spot here to try to get this inning over. Inside and low. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike now to Ripley. 3-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swinging a foul ball. Again, kind of golfing there. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Next pitch on the way. That is going to be hit, lifted out into right or left field, and it will drop for a base hit. Nice fly ball out there in the gap between center and left. Brings up Austin Clapper with 2 outs, runner on first. He has 2 walks and a single for the Wildcats. On deck, the number 7, Ramsey Rainio. Had to stop play for just a minute. They had to get the catcher's gear into the dugout. They had it out there kind of in the line of fire. First pitch. High. Stolen base for Luna. For Ripley as he gets over to second base. He's kind of tried to throw down to first or to second base. Isn't really a full attempt, I don't think. 2 outs, runner on second base for the Wildcats. 1 ball, no strikes to Clapper. So I think it was actually even a ball intentionally because that is meant to bring the catcher from sitting to standing so he can get into position to throw it faster. So 1 ball, 1 strike on this swing and a foul tip by Clapper on that next pitch. One ball, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. That one is going to be fouled off. Wyatt Holmes makes a diving attempt at that, trying to catch it. Can get to it. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Clapper. Everybody ready? Luna takes his lead on second. That pitch comes in low. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Clapper with 2 outs. Runner on second base for the Wildcats. St. Mary's leads at 8-6. Brock Anderson with 24 total pitches so far. 11 balls, 13 strikes. Anderson fakes the throw over to second base. Ripley Luna gets back to the bag. Next pitch. That one's going to be down in the dirt. Wild pitch. He's going to advance Luna to third base. Puts him definitely into scoring position. Runs the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Just need 1 pitch here to get the out. 1 little ground ball, one strike. Doesn't matter. Either one. Wildcats are climbing back into this game. Next pitch from Anderson on the way. In the dirt, ball 4. Puts runners at the corners for the Wildcats and brings up Logan Smith in that number 4 slot. He has a walk, a sac fly, and a fielder's choice. Tying run for the Wildcats sitting over on first base. Holder giving his defensive signal. Going to get a courtesy runner for the catcher. And a little timeout here taken. Holder goes out to bring the infield in real quick. Maybe they're not quite getting the signal for the defense. Getting a courtesy runner out there for the Wildcats. Situational baseball here. 8-6, Lumberjacks lead it. Bottom of the 5th inning. Wildcats have runners at the corners. Tying run sent at first base for the Wildcats. At the plate, Ramsey Rainio. 0 for 1, a walk, sacrifice fly, and a fielder's choice. Anderson pitching for the Lumberjacks. Low, ball 1 to Rainio. Having a little bit of trouble keeping that ball up higher on those pitches. And he's not doing bad. He's got 13 strikes, 14 balls, 27 total pitches. He's even, at least in that count. Next pitch, inside. That one kept that level up higher, but that one missed on the outside, or inside. 2 balls, no strikes to Rainio. St. Mary's needs 1 out to retire the sides with no runs for either side. Next pitch on the way. That one a little high, ball 3. Anderson having a little bit of trouble out there. 3 balls, no strikes to Rainio. Next pitch on the way. That one's down in the dirt. And Luna going to get in safe on a passed ball. So 8-7, Lumberjacks lead it. Brings up Logan Smith. Strikeout swinging, a strikeout looking, and a walk. Bases are not loaded. Go ahead run sitting at first base for the Wildcats, represented by Ramsey Rainio. Wildcats have scored 7 runs in the last 3 innings. St. Mary's has scored 1. Swing and a miss to Logan Smith on the first pitch, strike 1. A 1 count to Smith. Pitch left short. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch on the way. Low. 2 balls and a strike. Next pitch is going to be a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Smith. A pitch on the way. Low outside. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch on the way from Anderson. That's hit out into the center. And it'll be caught by Milo Marsh for the out. The Wildcats come up with 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base, cut the lead to 1, 8-7. St. Mary's leads it. Going into the top of the 6th inning, it is the middle of the lineup pretty much for St. Mary's. It'll be a Wyatt Holmes, Riley Abel, Dylan Holder when we return. With stage 1 and 2 of the sports complex nearly complete, the Lumberjack Booster Club thanks Archie's IGA, Shift and Grind, and the St. Mary's community for their fundraising efforts and continued support in making this sports complex come to life. The next stage will be the sprinkler system. The Booster Club is looking for new members. If you have kids in high school or soon entering high school, now is the time to get involved with the Booster Club. For more information on how you can help with the sports complex or questions about becoming a member, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-582-1802 or by email at golumberjacks@gmail.com. And as always, go Lumberjack!
Attention high school sports fans. Are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Idaho needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Archie?
And we are back. It's got a heck of a game here. Kind of thought it might be. St. Mary scored 7 runs in the first 2 innings. The Wildcats came storming back, and they've scored 7 runs in the last 3, in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. St. Mary's did play 1 run in the top of the 4th to give them still that 1-run lead. But it has been a heck of a ball game here. Logan Smith pitching for the Wildcats, and he's actually pitching pretty good in the first inning he was out there. 19 total pitches. 11 balls, 8 strikes. St. Mary's looking to put a couple of runs across here, though, in the 6th, as they need a few insurance runs here to help them out, as the Wildcats have kind of found their bats here in the last couple of innings. The biggest stat here that stands out to me, 13 hits for St. Mary's, 5 hits for Kellogg. And St. Mary's has left 7 stranded. The Wildcats with 9 stranded on the backs. Only 1 error between the 2 teams. That error going against the Lumberjacks. First pitch, that pitch broke inside. Got Wyatt swinging at it, strike 1. I think if he would have been able to lay off of that, it would have been a ball, but that looked too good coming in. Holmes has a double, a single, and a ground out. Outside corner, strike 2. Logan Smith looking good on the mound for the Wildcats. Holmes behind in the count, 0-2 to Smith. Asked to swing if it's anything close. The next pitch on the way. And that was close. That was right across the outside corner. Strike 3. 3 pitches. Going to get Holmes looking at that one. Bring up Riley Abel. He's 3 for 3 today. Single, single, single. On deck will be Holder. In the hole is Teft. See if Abel can keep the perfect day going. First pitch, that was a nice pitch. That was right down the middle again. A strike 1 called. I think it's his first time seeing Smith, so it might have been taking that first pitch to kind of see what he's got. But he's seen him an inning already. That pitch comes across high, gets him to swing underneath it. Strike 2. That one would have been probably ball 1 as it was left up high. 0-2 count to Abel. Pitch on the way. That one up high again. Swings at that. 3 more pitches. Strike 3 and 2 out. Brings up Dylan Holder. 2 singles and a walk for him. 3 plate appearances. 3 times on base. First pitch. Strike 1. That pitch was that has some heat on it, has some movement. That ball looked like it started out kind of high, dropped down a little bit lower, and ended up right across the strike zone. Next pitch on the way. That one's just a little high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Smith works pretty fast up there on the mound as well. Good-looking pitcher, just a sophomore. That's a strike on the outside corner called. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Holder. I think the Wildcats have a heck of a pitcher here for the next couple of years with this young man. That one's going to miss outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch on the way. That one left a little bit high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Holder stepped out of the box, and they thought it was going to be strike 3. Smith was headed to the dugout. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And I'm telling you, he's looking like a pretty good pitcher for the Wildcats next couple of years. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. And it was 3 up and 3 down going into the bottom of the 6th. It's St. Mary's 8, the Wildcats 7. See if the Wildcats can continue their march back and see if St. Mary's can hold them from scoring any runs here in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back.
IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life, plus they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's. It'll be Travis Eichsenberger leading off for the Wildcats. 0 for 1. He was out on a caught foul tip and then walk and walk for him. So he's been on base twice. See if Anderson can find his groove here now. As that first pitch, a called strike. Anderson's been a little up and down in his first 2 innings of pitching. That pitch is down. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Eichsenberger. On deck is Reed. Watcott in the hole is Colby Luna. Didn't see where Ethan Colberly was playing in that last inning. Next pitch, ground ball to the third baseman. The scoop throw is not going to be in time, and it's going to come off the glove of the first baseman. So Riley Abel kind of bobbled that one just a second on the ground ball. Couldn't quite get the throw over to first in time. As Riley tapping his chest, and that one's on me. As he did cleanly field that. I probably could have actually given an error on that one, but I didn't. That's a long throw. So lead off on. That's the tying run right there. That first pitch called strike. Reed Watt caught a single and 2 walks. The walks in his last 2 at bats. Anderson stepping off, playing a little game with Eichsenberger over there at first. Pitch, that's a line drive over the head into center field. It will be a base hit, single. And put the tying run over at third base. So runners at the corners with no outs for the Wildcats. It brings up Colby Luna. Luna, a strikeout looking, a double, and a strikeout swinging. The tying run sitting at third base. Go ahead run sitting at first. Wildcats trying to continue their march from behind in this game. It's been a good effort, a good good, fun game. Pitch is a ball. St. Mary's throws it out to the shortstop as they're trying to bait that third base runner, Eichsenberger, to try to get him to come home. Now runners at first and second, or second and third. That pitch fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike to Colby Luna. Go ahead run in scoring position for the Wildcats. Next pitch. That one's left up high. 2 balls and a strike to Colby Luna. Next pitch, ball 3. Next pitch on the way. Low and inside, ball 4. Loads up the bases with no outs. Brock Anderson in a tough spot here with no outs, bases loaded. Brings up Ethan Colberly. One thing St. Mary's does have is the favorable situation as far as the force out at home. So if anything hit on the infield close to the home plate will get to home. Swing and a miss on the first pitch, strike 1. Oh, 1 count to Colberly. Next pitch, swing and a foul ball. 0-2 count to Colberly. St. Mary's wants to get that first out of the inning. Next pitch. Down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nice block by Holder. One, 2 count. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. St. Mary's gets that first out of the inning, but still got the bases loaded. Talon Clark steps up. Out on a drop third. Also a ground out and a struck out swinging, so he's 0 for 3. First pitch, up high. Ball 1 to Clark. One thing you don't want to do is walk the tie and run across. Next pitch on the way. Showing bunt. Down low though, ball 2. They could try sacrifice bunt, but if they don't lay it down in the right, well, you can't really do a sacrifice bunt necessarily if it's a force out at home. So it'd be interesting to see that one work out. That next pitch is a called strike. 2 balls and a strike now to Clark. I mean, if you 2-1 pitch on the way. On the third. Oh, and they can't find the ball. Oh, no, he slid just under it. Dylan, I think he got him, but I think he just barely. I think it's the right call. He just slid underneath that. So the game tied up at 8 apiece here. Next pitch. We had a strike and then the ball 4. One out. Bases loaded once again. Ripley Luna back to the plate. His last 2 at bats have been singles. That pitch is in the dirt. Ball one. Wildcats have battled back to a tie ball game here in the bottom of the sixth inning, 8 apiece. The stretch, the pitch on the way. Again, down in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. 58 pitches for Anderson. Next pitch on the way. Ground ball, third baseman. Oh, and he sells it. We have an error from the third baseman. I guess they're saying he hadn't touched the base at first. I don't know, but. That's single to the third baseman. Third baseman sailed that over the head. So the Wildcats have taken the lead on an error from the third baseman, Riley Abel, just putting that one a little bit too high. And nerves get a hold of you in a game like this where you're tied. So the Wildcats now take the lead. Swing and miss to Clapper. Strike one. Base is still loaded for the Wildcats with 1 out. Wildcats want to put a couple of insurance runs across here. That one's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike to Clapper. One pitch, again low. Anderson's been a little bit off his game this afternoon, as a lot of these pitches have been in that same spot, low, kind of hitting off the top of the plate. That pitch outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Clapper. Once again, bases loaded. Bottom of the 6th, Wildcats 2 runs across have taken the lead. You're going to take a swing at that one, and they're going to get the throw to home. It's not going to be in time. It wasn't going to be in time anyways, as Colby Luna, fast as lightning, comes across home. As I think it was the shortstop, Trace Wicks, trying to get that in, but Ripley just too fast. So another run across for the Wildcats. They up by 2 runs now, 10-8. Brings up Ramsey Rainio, 1 out, bases loaded. Wildcats putting on a little bit of a run here, a little bit of a rally. 3 runs across here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Down low, ball 1. St. Mary's will be in the bottom of their order when they go up to bat in the top of the 7th. They'll have to, right at this point, get 2 runs across to tie it. That is hit into deep center. Not playing it correctly is going to be, that's going to be an error. I'm going to call an error, and 2 runs come across in play, but I'm going to give him, oh no, it's not really an error, I guess, because they would have been safe anyways. But he misplayed that ball and let 2 runs come across. So I think the 1 run I think is legit. The 2nd run I'm going to call error on the center fielder, I think, because he kind of let that one hang around there as he booted it trying to get it picked up. And then he threw it short. First pitch to Logan Smith down low. So Wildcats now up by 4 runs. Good insurance going into the top of the 7th if they can't plate anymore, but they've only got 1 out. Brock just having a little bit of trouble getting that ball up high enough. 2 balls, no strikes. To Logan Smith. Smith is strikeout, and a fly, and a walk. Another ball. 3 balls, no strikes now to Smith. Rio pitch on the way. Ball 4. No movement. No, that looks like Coach Wick's going to go out to the mound. We'll take a quick break.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Any adventure, any task, any time, there's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Maries on Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Maries on Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the Hot Deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goals. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time. And we are back, and coming in to pitch is Wyatt Holmes for St. Mary's. Wyatt, in his last time pitching against Timberlake, didn't have as good of an outing as he would like to have had. He has an earned run average of 6 currently. 7 innings pitched, 7 hits, 8 runs, 11 walks, 15 strikeouts. Coach Wicks went out and talked to his outfielders real quick. Now we're ready to go, and I'd heard that Holmes has kind of dealing with a little bit of an arm issue, and he is working that arm out there, kind of like he does have something going on. Wildcats have played at 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th, giving them a 4-run lead, 12-8 after trailing most of the game. That pitch left a little bit high. Ball 1. Bases loaded. Eisenberger at the plate for the Wildcats. Once again, a hot foul tip, 2 walks and a single for him. 1-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. St. Mary's has their work cut out for them now coming into the top of the 7th. They're going to have to get 4 runs across just to tie it. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Eisenberger. St. Mary's is short-handed just a little bit in the pitching department right now. Next pitch on the way. Strike 3, outside corner of the plate. And that'll retire Eisenberger. 2 outs. Bases loaded. Brings up Reed Watcott. He's had a pretty good day. 2 for 2. Single with 2 walks and then a single. So he's got a single sandwich, I guess you could say. He's got a single on each end and 2 walks in the middle. St. Mary's trying to get out of this inning. Swing and a miss. Has some heat being brought by Holmes. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Again, Holmes working out that arm, so you know he's kind of dealing with something going on with that arm. He's just trying to keep it loose. 0-2 count to Watcott. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that will retire the side. Damage already done, though, as the Lumberjacks give up 5 runs on 5 hits. There were 2 errors and 3 left on base for the Wildcats. Kellogg storms from behind to take the 12-8 lead going into the top of the 7th. The Wildcats need 3 outs to finish this game here, and Lumberjacks not in a great position as far as batting order concerns. They're in the bottom of the batting order. It's usually not your strongest batters down there in the bottom part, but you've got Cody Teft, who's not been too bad today. Milo's done pretty good, and Damian Vanderrob coming up next.
Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, if you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
Do you need help finding that perfect gift? Looking for that personalized touch? Come to Jack's Pharmacy in St. Mary's and let us fill your balloons. Not only does Jack's carry all of your gift and party supplies, but we're here to serve you with all your personal care items. Come in and let our personal care experts help you find just what you need from our wide selection. If we don't have it, we can get it. Plan your party at Jack's Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
And we are back. Cody Teft leading off for St. Mary's. He has a strikeout, swing, and a flyout, and a single. Let's see if he can get things going for the Lumberjacks. They need 4 runs just to tie things up here. 3 outs, though, gets the Wildcats the win. See if St. Mary's can have a little rally of their own here, as they started strong and they've kind of faltered in the last, 5 innings or so, 4 innings. First pitch, a little low and inside, ball 1. That last inning of work by Smith was really good. 3 up and 3 down. 1-0 pitch on the way. Down low again. 2 balls, no strikes to Teft. Two-0 pitch on the way. That one's going to be a called strike at about the knees. 2 balls and a strike to Teft. Stretch. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Teft. Base runners is what we need here. Lumberjacks need to get some guys on the bags. Pitch on the way. Swing, ground ball, little chopper down to the third baseman. That is Eichsenberger, the throw in time for the out. Brings up Milo Marsh, the center fielder, a fielder's choice, a single, and a ground out for him. This game kind of has highlighted the little mistakes that can really swing a game late. Ooh, called strike, inside corner. The one mistake in the bottom of the 3rd inning gave the Wildcats 4 runs. That's a ground ball into the gap, just under the second baseman's glove, and Marsh is on base for the Lumberjacks. And actually, that would put Jackson Mantell, not Vanderrob. As Mantell re-enters. I do apologize for that cough there. I usually try to mute my microphone when I do that, but kind of hit me without warning. 1 out, runner on first, brings up Mantell. Strikeout swinging in a single for him. That's just a little blooper. It's going to be a little bit of fielder's choice there as the pitcher The pitcher hesitated for a second, still had plenty of time to do so, but he threw it to second instead on the fielder's choice. Gets the out there, so runner at first base for the Lumberjacks with 2 outs. Top of the order for St. Mary's. Let's see if they can put together a rally of their own with 2 outs, though. We've seen it happen before for the Lumberjacks. First pitch down in the dirt. Wild pitch will put Nantel to second. Pitch is down low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Wicks. 2-0 pitch on the way. That's a strike, outside corner. 2 balls and a strike now to Trace Wicks with 2 outs. Runner at second base for St. Mary's. Lumberjacks trail by 4 runs. They led pretty much the whole game, all the way up to the 6th inning. Wildcats slowly clawed back into this one. Swing and a little, almost like a, oh, no, it's a foul ball is what they're calling it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I think if that hits in the batter's box first, it's a foul ball. That must have been what happened.
Hey, you know.
Count is 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Coach Wicks out there getting an explanation, and Trace not happy with the call, as he was kind of vociferously saying it did not hit me. I think that's what they're saying. It came off his foot, and he says no, it didn't. And Clark told him nope, and Coach Wicks told him, hey, knock it off. You don't talk back. It's me. That is going to be fouled off. So Trace not happy with the call, and he was voicing his opinion there, which you don't do that as a player. You let your coaches fight for you. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Wicks, 2 outs. Next pitch on the way, down low, and Wicks is going to swing at it. Strike 3 and a drop third strike. The throw is in time, and the Wildcats come from behind and get the victory 12-8 over the Lumberjacks here today. This is basically, like I said, a home game for Kellogg. And Coach Wicks, I think, not happy with the calls there. I think he was letting home plate umpire know that he wasn't quite happy with the way those calls went. But there was a couple of calls that went against St. Mary's. One of them was that I thought Vanderrob was safe at third, but he got called out. And on that one, I don't have no clue really the call on that one. But anyways, St. Mary's falls to the Wildcats 12-8 in Central Idaho League play. And let's see, St. Mary's started off strong. 4 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second to take a 7-0 lead. The Wildcats then plated 4 runs in the third, and St. Mary's made it a 7-4 game. In the fourth, St. Mary's had 1 run across. That made it 8-4. And then the Wildcats put 2 runs across there, making it 8-6. And then in the fifth, it was 1 run across for the Wildcats, making it 8-7. And then the floodgates opened up in the sixth, 5 runs across for Kellogg, giving them the lead, and they were able to hold on in the 7th inning. The win goes, I believe, to Logan Smith, because he was the pitcher on record when the Wildcats took the lead. The loss goes, I think, against Brock Anderson, as he was the pitcher in when the Lumberjacks lost the lead. So St. Mary's falls to 3-1 on the season, 0-1 in league play. And the boys' next game, I don't think, is until Saturday when they will face Kellogg again. here in St. Mary's for 2 games. And the girls' next game, they won against Kellogg today. The girls will be at Grangeville on Friday. I'm not sure our status on going to that game. We will keep you up to date on that. But that'll be a doubleheader at Orofino, actually, for the game on Saturday or Friday. And then both teams play on Saturday. We had planned on covering the girls' softball game on Saturday, but I got to see what the score was for our girls. If they really put it to Kellogg girls and it wasn't really an exciting game, we might opt to cover the boys' game because it was a pretty good game. So in any case, that's the upcoming schedule, and that's going to do it for us here from City Park Field. I'm Tim Parrish. Have a great evening.
You've been listening to another production of Lumberjack Sports on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's, your Lumberjack Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We also want to thank our Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Until next time, same as always, go Lumberjack!